I mean, a lot of people had that score prediction pretty close, but I don't think they predicted Josh Allen to crash out like that in the post-game interview. Let's roll those highlights.
In the AFC this year. Week 12 of the NFL season starts now in Houston with the Texans who've won their last two.
29 against the number one defense. They're going for it, and he leaps for the first down. Last week, meanwhile, picking and threading his way is Cook. He's out in front, and Cook will take it all the way for a touchdown.
What kind of big playability he has.
And Prater is going to last two games with a quad injury. He's back here. He attempts a chip shot field goal. Looks that way, slides to his left, and he gets hit from behind and is able to hold on to the ball. Hangs in the pocket. Allen fires. It's caught. So on fourth down, they convert again. They go to Ty Johnson. Play fake. Pass. Wide open. Touchdown. Allen throws. Tip. Intercepted. Running it back here. Bullock. From 24 to extend the lead to 4. Davis to run the kickback. Spinning. Mills to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Higgins. Allen, look out from behind. Avoids the sack. Still running around. Pocket 2, 1. Allen fires over the middle, and that's caught. But then the ball is out. To put it down. 26 out. It is perfect. They give it to Cook, and he won't get close. Set up a flip here to Shakir.
Expose
nice move by him to get the first down. Skirts the sideline. Tries to turn it into a 4-point deficit. 38 yards out. And the 41-year-old Prater boots it. 4-man rush again with a spy. And then you got a lateral, and it's going to be inside Texas territory. You're back into the backfield. Flare him out. Allen throws off his back foot. Short, picked at the 9-yard line. Bullock.
And with that, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed that Thursday night matchup, one of the better ones we've had all season. It's despite there only being 6 points and no touchdowns being scored in the second half. This game still came down to the very end as the Texans were able to pull off the big time upset over the Bills to move to their first winning game with a winning first time with a winning record this season. There we go. I figured it out. But anyways, guys, as you did see, the Texans with a 23-19 victory here. Bills fall to 7-4. They have now lost 4 out of their last 7 after they started out 4-0. This has definitely been a stretch that has not been the kindest to them. Their defense has had their issues as they did in this game. But realistically, this offense was definitely the glaring issue in this game as they fall to 7-4 and will be heading to Pittsburgh to face off against another good defense next week. Texans, on the other hand, at 6-5, now won 3 straight games for the first time since back in 2023. Last year, weeks 4 through 6, when they started 5-1. Also, next week against the Colts, where they'll be heading to Indy. They'll not only trying to knock that team off, which realistically could have the same number of losses by them at that point. Those Texans will be going for their longest win streak since, of course, their first playoff win under C.J. Stroud back in 2023. But that's really not the issue with this one. Josh Allen, this game, again, we're getting more advanced stats. As you guys can see, we have red zone. Again, Google is getting a lot more I don't even know how to put it. They know what they're doing here, guys. Our statistics are looking a little bit more friendly here. But anyway, Josh Allen, 24 of 34, 253, 2 interceptions. He also took 8 sacks, which is by far the most he's taken in his career. Maybe not. But anyway, all you guys need to know against him, I talked about this yesterday during the prediction video. We got a little bit sidetracked because, again, the college football stuff. But he has not notoriously had big-time struggles in Houston. I think he started 4 games there. Let's see, Bills, Texans, 2018, if I'm not mistaken. He started this game, right? Yeah, he did. Notoriously struggled in Houston. I don't know if this was a game he did start. I think Nathan Peterman might have. No, Josh Allen I think started this game, but notoriously he struggled in Houston. He's 0-4 there. He of course lost that playoff game back in the 2019 season when Deshaun Watson wasn't, or it was actually, yeah, when Deshaun Watson wasn't really known yet. And then obviously they played last year here and it was really a game, but again he went, what was it? 9 of 30 in that game, something ridiculous like that. This game, it really wasn't the completion percentage. He was finding guys open underneath. It was more the fact that he made some really bad mistakes and the fact that he just didn't get the ball out of his effing hand. I hate quarterback rating. I will never talk about it. It is a very bad stat. The only thing it is good for is to back up a player who's on an insane hot streak, which I might do once in a while. But other than that, passer rating is a bull. I really don't like that stat. But anyway, in this game, Josh played like absolute dog crap, as you guys might expect. I'm not going to be like too crazy on him because he at least found open receivers. He at least moved the ball somewhat decently, but this was a lot of the same things we saw 2 weeks ago. And even last week, he still turned over the ball a lot. Again, think about it. Could have saved some of those 6 touchdowns for this game. J.S. Cook, though, 17 carries, 160 yards, touchdown. Again, all that came on that 45-yard, third and inches run. He didn't have his best game of the year. I will say he was definitely a lot better, or a lot more responsible than last week in terms of not being able to get behind the sticks. He did set them up pretty decently on first down. Josh Allen really wasn't allowed to scramble whatsoever. I think he had one actual, the 14-yarder, where it was technically a true scramble there. But other than that, he got completely locked up. Ty Johnson only got 2 carries. Khalil Garrett is one of his better games of the season as he, again, made some big-time plays in the yak. Again, the big catch and run there was probably one of his best plays of the season. Also, again, got the pitchy woo-woo for that play. 8 for 110, though, from him on 10 targets, which is pretty good. Ty Johnson, I don't think he even got 3 targets. I don't think this is a correct stat. I thought it was like 5, but whatever. Jackson Howes, I guess he got a couple catches. Gabe Davis is back on this team. I completely forgot about that. But other than that, guys, for the Bills offense, it really came down to that this offensive line really couldn't anchor themselves and be able to prevent any sort of consistent pressure at all, which is a simple truth there. I don't want to get too deep in like the breakdown of the film or what the Texans were running on them. Joe Brady could not figure it out. I did like his creativity on the fourth quarter. He did just decently, even though again Josh took 8 sacks. I'd say 4 of those were on him, and both of his interceptions were his fault too. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got for the Bills offense. Very disappointing game from them. Defensively, realistically, I didn't expect them to play great, and they really didn't. I will say though in coverage they were very, very responsible and not giving up too much separation and potential of yak yardage. Again, outside that Christian Kirk play, 10 in the first half, which I don't think I showed in the highlights. That was really their only instance where they had big issues there. I mean, they got bit by the playbook a little bit, but the run defense wasn't entirely atrocious. I can't blame them too much for this game. Obviously, Matt Prater missing that extra point didn't help either. But yeah, if you're a Bills fan, the defense, you can't really blame them too much for this game. But then again, they gave up 23 points to a back quarterback, so that's not the greatest thing in the world either. Texans, obviously, we knew they had a top five defense at the very least in the league. I think they do have overall the most talented defense in football right now. They have, again, 2 elite edge rushers. There's no doubt about that. They have a very, very strong secondary with some elite talents there as well, and then linebackers who just simply don't make mistakes. Again, when you have guys that, again, outside of maybe not having like a true playmaker at linebacker, they're pretty much set there. For the offense, Davis Mills was the game manager they needed him to be, and he got it done. 153, 2 touchdowns. I think he could have been a little bit more aggressive over the middle of the field. That could have, again, kind of helped his offense out a little bit. But other than that, he was fine. Nick Chubb, kind of a disappointing performance by him, but again, Woody Marks, again, did exactly what you needed him to. Receiving-wise, Nico Collins had a decent game. Again, didn't get in the end zone, but still did decent enough. Christian Kirk, 33-yard catch, also that touchdown to end the first half. Jaden Higgins also got in the end zone. Again, really good variance from this offense, despite maybe not having the yardage or the consistency that you might need to beat different teams. But again, when your defense is playing this way, you can't really get too mad about them. But I was a little bit not on the favored side of them, kind of like sitting on their hands there at the end of the game. But hey, when this defense has Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter now both over 10 sacks through it is now 11 games for like the first time since 2020. Again, first duo with that. I mean, again, who really cares, guys? This defense is absolutely balling right now. They can completely carry you. Obviously, Kalen Bullock nearly a pick 6. Again, if it wasn't for, I don't even know who it was with the block in the back, but 2 picks. Forced fumble recover from Jalen Reed, who I don't even know who this dude is, but he exists. All you need to know is this defense is about as good as it gets. Stats-wise, I did talk about the Bills and more yardage, but again, they went 0 for 2 in the red zone. The Texans were able to get in twice, which, again, on those 2 touchdowns kind of was the main difference here. But at the end of the day, guys, the 3 turnovers by the Bills and the fact that the Texans, even though they didn't win the time possession, were able to at least maintain some drives. Again, 2 of 12 on third down will not get it done next week, I'll tell you that. But on the fact they were able to do that, I'm very intrigued to see what they can do going into Indy next week. But again, for Texans fans, again, take this win, be very happy about it. Again, you get Thanksgiving and all that. Again, you get mini bye for them. Bills, though, you got a lot of things to fix going into Pittsburgh next week. That is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'll see you guys for all the Sunday predictions tomorrow. That's all I got here, and enjoy your night.
Rayner trying to run it. Rayner over the goal line. No! Louisiana makes the stop.